The following footage was uploaded to the YouTube channel Free For All in March 2025. In the video, a group of urban explorers set out to investigate a large, infamous mall known as the Jackson Metro Center, located in Jackson, Mississippi. Their plan for this visit was to thoroughly explore and scout the mall at night, and document everything as they went, then return another time for a complete daytime exploration of the entire complex. As the explorers ventured into the building, they immediately began finding evidence suggesting that someone might have been there recently, or could even still be inside the mall. Over the course of their exploration, they reported hearing faint noises, distant movements, and felt an increasing sense that they were not alone, even though they had yet to see anyone clearly. In one of the stores, they also found multiple pieces of clothing scattered on the ground, which appeared to belong to a homeless individual or a squatter. Despite these discoveries, they managed to explore a considerable portion of the mall without any major issues, and for the most part, they were able to do so in relative peace. They continued to explore various storefronts and wide-open areas for several minutes, before eventually making their way toward the lower levels. However, as they were walking through that area, that's when they stumbled upon something extremely disturbing.
Trunk or treat event. Batman was here, dude. Batman was here. Yeah. They were definitely working today. They were definitely working today, 100%. What was that rumbling thing, though? The wind, it probably sheet metal. There's a light over there, you see that? Unless that's a reflection. That noise is coming so high up. If there's anybody in here, it's probably this person. We already did probably think they know we're here. Well, yeah, we're that loud. No, it's just deep. Yeah, it's too consistent to be a homeless person or something. There's a light right there. Somebody's here. Look, there's a light. Whoa. Yeah, there's a light. There's somebody here. We need to turn our lights on. We need to make ourselves known. Yo! We need to make ourselves known. Hello? Doesn't matter, we just gotta go. No. You think there's other doors? We just go to a random door. Just go back the way we came. They're right above us. No shit.
After realizing that someone was definitely in the mall with them, the explorers immediately started walking in the opposite direction, trying their best to put as much distance as possible between themselves and the commotion. Once they had moved away, they began actively searching for an exit, clearly on edge and ready to leave the moment things felt too dangerous. As they continued through the lower and darker sections, they kept hearing more sounds and became increasingly convinced that others were close, but just out of their sight. This uncertainty made them more anxious, as they had no idea who those people were, where they were, or most importantly, what might happen if they suddenly crossed paths. Their nerves intensified as they realized the individuals could now be tracking or circling them, with the potential to attack at any moment. With these possibilities in mind, they cautiously distanced themselves from any potential threats, while simultaneously making their way toward the nearest exit. However, as soon as they were approaching the exit, that's when they encountered something that sent them running out of the building.
Which way we gotta go? Left, behind us.
They might be right out here too.
I know.
So just be ready to run.
Yeah. What? Nobody out here. right, we're fine. We're fine. Oh, chill. We're chill. There he is, right there. They just chased us out of the building. We're standing outside, and a guy comes with a flashlight, running at us. Holy fuck. What the dude? It's a homeless guy. Why is he being so fucking weird? Because he's probably wondering who the hell is in there. Stop. All right. I've been recording the whole thing. Jace. Yeah. You guys was like, shh. It was a homeless guy. Dude, where'd he come from? He was right behind us?
No, he was on the lower level already.
Well, yeah. So there's a way to get from the lower level into the mall. Let's keep going. Holy cow. He wouldn't talk to us either. That's the scary part. Yeah. You don't know what their intentions are.
As soon as they realized someone was approaching them, the entire group bolted, frantically sprinting toward the exit and retracing their steps, barely having time to look behind them. Disturbingly, even after the explorers had left the building, the individual, for some bizarre reason, did not stop and continued to relentlessly pursue them across the property. Fortunately for them, they managed to outrun him and were not hurt or attacked during this chilling encounter. When they finally reached a safe distance, the adrenaline hit hard. They were out of breath, laughing nervously, and talking over each other as they tried to process what had just happened. Eventually, they made it back to their vehicle and left the area without further incident. The experience left them rattled, but also determined to return and see exactly what the mall looked like in daylight. The very next day, they returned to the Jackson Metro Center Mall, this time during the day, to continue their exploration under what they hoped would be safer conditions than on their previous visit. However, even in broad daylight, they quickly realized the mall was far from empty, with someone still hidden somewhere inside the building.
Back at the mall that we got chased out of, and now it looks like there's people working here and homeless people. So
literally less than 24 hours.
I don't know
later.
if we're dumb or stupid, but we're going back in, I guess.
Maybe 12 hours later.
We'll see how it goes. Should be another crazy one.
There's new homeless people stuff. What the fuck? I think the adrenaline is making me this shit. I gotta go so bad.
Hey, it's the cords getting ripped out from the ceiling. They're up on the roof taking the metal. Yeah, they're ripping the cords. They're not even in. Let's go see this.
That's so crazy.
It's constant.
There's people on the roof right now, which is really fucking trippy because we're just hearing crazy noises. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's pretty fucking. Pick it up. It's pretty loud.
I've been in a lot of abandoned malls, and this is the first time I get the jitters.
I know this
Just because we know there's people in it.
Yeah.
And we don't know who the fuck they are.
Yeah, I see him. Just wait, just stop. Let's just go talk to him, dude. He's coming. Where'd he go? He turned. He's driving that thing around. What thing? Like he went through that main part. We saw it. He didn't see you. Huh? He didn't see you. No.
It's not like we're scrapping.
I know, but they don't want people in here, probably. Where did that guy go? He came and turned. Here, look around the corner.
Is that sound coming from that business?
No, it's way down there, I think. Where'd that dude go?
After hearing loud humming noises coming from the mall, the explorers began to suspect that a group of scrappers was currently present inside the building. At one point, they even spotted someone driving a forklift through the mall, confirming that scrappers were definitely present. For the next several minutes, they debated whether they should make their presence known or simply move away quietly and relocate to a different side of the building. However, they soon realized the scrappers were spread throughout the various sections of the building, and they would almost certainly run into one of them sooner or later. Given these circumstances, they ultimately decided to take the risk and reveal themselves so they would not end up startling each other unexpectedly.
We're going to talk to the people working in here right now. Let's see what the deal is. If we can keep filming, or if they want us to leave, or.
Oh, I feel like we look more suspicious standing around. Let's just act like we're supposed to be here. Just act like we're supposed to be here. Yeah. take care of it. You want to go say something now? Alright, let's go down. Hello! How's it going?
Hola.
We're just filming.
I don't think they care.
Wow, that was best case scenario.
I don't think they care.
Where'd they say hello? Hola?
He said, "What's up?" He goes, "What's up?" That's it. They're busy. They probably also can't hear us.
Let's go.
Honestly, I feel a lot better about it now. Like other people.
I mean, I still wouldn't. We don't know 100% that they're fine. We barely said anything to them.
Yeah.
Here they come.
Why?
Is that you take video? Don't take a video. How does Jason know? He doesn't speak Spanish. How does Jason know what they're saying about it?
They're talking about us. They're talking about us.
Let's keep filming. Let's keep filming.
Well, they might call the fucking police, bro.
He said, camera, do not film them though if they come over here. Let's keep filming this way. Let's go.
Now I think they might be mad at us for filming. I'm not exactly sure what's going on right now.
Although the explorers were not entirely sure how the workers felt about being filmed, they still chose to stop, since their reactions sent mixed signals. When the group first approached and briefly spoke with them, the men seemed to respond positively and did not immediately object to the cameras. However, during a later interaction, another worker appeared to signal that he did not want to be recorded. One of the explorers even mentioned that the men told them not to take video of them, so they took that seriously and stopped pointing their cameras directly at them. After that, the group assumed the workers might have called the police and decided it was best to leave rather than take any unnecessary risks. As they walked back toward an exit, they talked about how sketchy the situation felt and how they needed to get out as quickly as possible. Fortunately for the explorers, they eventually exited the building and left the property without any further conflict or confrontation. Nevertheless, the explorers later reflected on both of their visits to this abandoned mall and couldn't help but think about how easily each trip could have gone differently. In the end, despite the danger and uncertainty they faced both times, they were extremely grateful that everyone walked away without any physical altercation and gained a much deeper respect for just how risky it can be to explore a place like this, especially when you're not the only ones inside. The following footage was uploaded to the YouTube channel The Unknown Explorer in January 2026. In the video, the creator, along with two of his friends, set out to explore an abandoned pub somewhere in the UK. As the trio began their exploration, they initially moved through different floors and rooms of the building, filming and commenting on what they found. For the most part, they came across only typical pub remains like seating, drink fridges, and general clutter and trash. However, the deeper they went, the stranger things became. They started noticing doors that had been locked or deliberately blocked with various items, suggesting someone had been trying to control access to certain areas. As they ventured further, they discovered personal belongings that did not look like ordinary abandoned junk, but instead suggested that someone might still have been living inside the pub. Despite these findings, they pushed on, eventually moving through upper rooms and side spaces. There, they noticed shoes, more personal items, and eventually a sofa and coat that clearly indicated someone had been staying there recently. However, as they were walking through one of the rooms, that's when they stumbled upon something extremely alarming.
Yo, be careful. This square. There's shoes. Come in, see this square. Someone did it right there. Don't like this, lads. Pretty big. There's a fucking tea packet. I don't like this. What is in that? Ooh, that's like dog piss. Bro, everybody drinks the dog piss, not gonna lie. God, oh, scran! Oh my god, that's just scran. There actually shit in there. Ugh, that's definitely piss. Fuck. Wait, now someone's been living there. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. Oh shit. It smells like actual people in it, to be fair. There's a coat.
It's a fucking coat.
There's a coat.
It's dead ass just someone's coat there.
There is dead ass someone's coat.
Go on, give the pocket.
Don't tell me, just like Brett. Bro, it's dodgy and I don't like it.
After finding several personal items scattered across the pub, the explorers became fairly convinced that a homeless individual or a squatter was definitely inside the building with them. Considering these factors, they grew more cautious, staying alert and arming themselves with makeshift objects like keys and even a wine bottle, ready to use if things went wrong. At one point they stopped and started listening more carefully, noting that they could hear someone walking around in the pub. This only made them more anxious and ultimately forced them to relocate to a different spot. They then cautiously headed back downstairs, but their tone shifted drastically, with more comments about how dodgy it felt and how much they hated the idea of someone being inside with them. However, as they were walking away, they started hearing the noises again, and shortly after, they saw a strange individual running towards them.
There's people.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. If I ever see you around here again, I will fucking batter you.
Fuck. I'll take that. Fuck, you know.
Fucking shit.
Fucking hell. Where is Aston? Do you want to take that?
Holding the key like this towards me.
What?
Like, dead ass.
Was he like...
Get the fuck up.
Did he look like a knit?
And he was walking into the, you know where the sofa was, he was about to open that door, right? And he like stood next to that door for like...
Wait, where did he come out
Get
of?
the fuck up.
Where did he come out of?
I don't fucking know, I honestly have no clue. I don't know where it came from, but he started walking down the hallway where all those rooms are. He did not own that block, mate.
Yeah, I was like, fuck that. Because I heard walking around, I know you two were being quiet. Where did he come out of?
I fucking bro, he just came up the stairs and we were like, shit. He came out fucking there.
He came up the stairs?
Yeah.
As soon as they saw the man sprinting toward them inside the pub, the group didn't hesitate. They turned and ran, bolting down the stairs and scrambling to get back the way they had come in. Once they made it outside, and finally put some distance between themselves and the attacker, they tried to process who the man actually was and what had just happened. From his reaction, his anger, and the personal items scattered throughout the rooms, it became clear to them that he was a squatter who had been living in the abandoned pub and felt the explorers were invading his space. The trio later talked about how they had been holding keys and even a wine bottle in their hands like potential weapons, and how they genuinely thought they might have to defend themselves if things escalated. Afterward, as they caught their breath and replayed the encounter, they realized they had essentially walked into someone's home, and they emphasized just how lucky they felt to have escaped this potentially life-threatening situation without being attacked or injured.
It looks abandoned. It literally says for sale on the front.
That is abandoned.
Yeah.
He's a squatter.
He is generally a squatter.
Did you see how he's holding his fucking keys?
Yeah.
Like this? Holding the keys in...
Yeah,
You're not
ready
gonna
to literally
stab-
he was
holding
ready
the
to stab
keys
us.
individually.
If you've enjoyed the video so far, it would mean a lot if you considered subscribing. Over 95% of you watching haven't subscribed yet. Your support really helps the channel grow, and in return, I promise to keep bringing you guys the best quality content. Now let's get back to the video. The following footage was uploaded to the YouTube channel Urbex Hill in February 2026. In the video, a popular Urbex creator named Chris set out to explore several abandoned houses in Cleveland, Ohio. His plan for the day was to document the historic DeBow House and two nearby abandoned homes on Euclid Avenue in East Cleveland. The main house was built in 1904 as a boarding house for travelers and was later repurposed into a daycare and preschool, operating in that role during the 1970s, before sitting vacant for decades. By the early 2000s, the house had been abandoned, severely deteriorated, and was considered unsafe, so it was ultimately slated for demolition. He explained that his mission was to document as much footage as possible before they were demolished, essentially creating a final record of these buildings before they disappeared forever. As Chris began his exploration and entered the first house, he mentioned that the atmosphere felt off, unsafe, and isolated. He also noted that he kept hearing strange noises and observed details inside the house that made him stop, listen, and question whether someone else might be there, which only added to his growing sense of being watched. Despite his unease, he mostly found decay, leftover objects, and traces of the house's past uses, and fortunately didn't encounter anything overtly paranormal or threatening. He then decided to leave the upper floors and chose to descend into the basement. However, as soon as he reached that section, that's when things began to take a turn for the worse for Chris.
Wow. This place is destroyed. They're gonna end up tearing this house down soon. I think it was gifted to the city of East Cleveland, so I'm pretty sure that's when all of this damage happened. As soon as they acquired the house. This shit is disgusting. God. You hear that? Sounds like people screaming outside.
After hearing someone screaming outside the house, Chris didn't seem too bothered about them and wisely chose to ignore it rather than to investigate what it was. Instead, he focused on exploring the building for the next several minutes, before deciding to leave and relocate to a different one. When Chris entered the second house, the whole vibe shifted from historical exploration to something that felt more like walking into an active, lived-in trap. He explained that the atmosphere was strange and claustrophobic, with the damage looking less like slow decay and more like the result of chaotic activity, mentioning that both the neighborhood and the house felt extremely sketchy and dangerous. As he moved through the rooms, he started noticing details that suggested someone could still be using the house. He pointed out that the items looked relatively recent or deliberately placed, giving the impression that people might be staying there or using it as a hideout. Taking this into account, he kept his voice low and moved carefully through the abandoned structures, especially because he genuinely believed he might run into someone inside. Even so, he didn't find anything overtly threatening, aside from the occasional screams outside, and continued his exploration. However, as he was walking toward the stairs, that's when he stumbled upon something extremely disturbing.
Wow. So wig. Look how fresh this bed looks. It's kind of strange. You can't open the door. It's a bed. Somebody probably sleeps in here. There's a bone right there. What the fuck? It's another bone. There's so much shit on this floor.
After spotting several scattered bones on the stairs, most likely from an animal, Chris decided to keep going, following the trail up to the next floor. Once upstairs, he stepped into one of the rooms and found even more remains, which seemed to confirm that what he was seeing was animal and not human. Unsure whether this was simply due to natural causes or if someone had deliberately done this, Chris was still a bit shaken and even commented that the place gave him a really bad feeling. Despite the circumstances, he decided to push on and continued deeper into the house, moving through various rooms to investigate and find any clues or evidence. However, the moment he stepped into one particular room, he made one of the most heartbreaking and horrifying discoveries.
Oh my god. Look at that. Oh, it fucking reeks. Oh my god. That scared the out of me. Oh, it's a dog. Oh, fuck. That is unbelievable. That's why it smelled so bad. That's sad. Alright, I'm out of here, y'all. Fuck. Oh my god. There's fucking bones everywhere, too. I bet those are dog bones. Oh, fuck. I would explore the basement, but it's a big ass spider right there. And oh shit, something's down there. Probably a dog. I'll get the fuck out. Fuck that.
With the noises and the bone trail weighing on him, Chris decided he had pushed his luck far enough in the second house and made the call to get out. After leaving, he headed to one more abandoned home nearby to continue documenting the area. But even before going inside, he already felt on edge from what he had just experienced, emphasizing how sketchy and terrifying the neighborhood was and how bad the whole situation felt. Once inside the final house, he moved cautiously through the rooms, noting that the place was in rough shape with debris and damage everywhere. He repeatedly mentioned how scary and sketchy this one felt, even more than the other houses he had explored that day.
Oh my god. Someone's smoking crack in here. I can smell it. This is like an abandoned drug house. Somebody might be up here. This is nasty. There's dog shit everywhere. This is the drug table, obviously. Like crackheads and prostitutes and shit use this place. This is awful. Oh my god. It's crazy to think that people stay in here. Like homeless people, I mean.
As Chris moved deeper into the house, he noticed signs of drug use, items that suggested the place was not merely abandoned, but actively used by people abusing illegal substances. The trashed rooms, littered with garbage and evidence of people staying there, made it feel less like a decaying relic and more like a dangerous hideout for desperate or violent individuals, which only caused him to worry about running into someone who might actually be there. By this point, his tone had shifted from casual curiosity to forced determination, as if he was battling a strong urge to leave. Not long after these discoveries, he stepped into a room, saw something off camera, and his reaction escalated into full panic. He gasped for air, swore, and frantically called out, stating that he couldn't believe what he was seeing. From that moment on, he was done exploring. He talked about how terrifying and dangerous everything felt and moved quickly toward getting out of the house and the area altogether. Fortunately for Chris, he didn't encounter anything unusual again and managed to leave the neighborhood unharmed. In conclusion to these events, despite not getting the historical exploration he had originally hoped for, Chris was still able to document the DeBow house and its neighboring homes in their final years, capturing a raw and unsettling glimpse into what they had become before they were lost forever.